Hey everybody, what's going on? KSA Kris here, the Real Estate Blitz. I apologize I didn't put up something yesterday, but I have been feeling a little under the weather. So I feel a little bit better today. You might hear me cough a little bit. If you do, just apologize. So today, it was really cool. I got a question in my inbox from a guy that I know. He's a local business owner here, and it was a fantastic question. So I'm going to read this to you real quick. I am renting a property, and we are exceptional tenants who have been here for 2 years. The owner's obviously taken pride in their yard, and we have not only maintained it, but made improvements. We are quick to report any issues to help save them money on long-term damages. And why would owners risk replacing a responsible tenant with someone else by raising the rent? What's the risk versus reward for owners? And he says, can't wait until I see the video blog. So I appreciate it. I'll make sure I tag you on this. But, you know, this is a unique question, and I've actually heard it quite a few times. So let me give you a little more backstory on this guy in particular. So they've been living in this house for a while. Out of the blue, in his mind, you know, the owner's like, raising the rents. And he's like, I know, but we're so good. We take care of your property. And, you know, we really can't afford to deal with a raised rent. We can't really go down that direction. Why would you want to boot us out and move somebody else in that may not take care of your property as well? And you know, it's a fantastic question. And I'll give you the simple answer, and I'll give you the semi-complicated answer. And then I'll kind of give you some backstory. So the simple answer, he's an investor. That's the simple answer. So what does that mean, Chris? Well, this guy is a buy and hold investor, and the whole point, and I've taught a couple, if you guys have looked through the videos, I've talked about buy and hold properties. Yesterday, I was actually out sick as a dog, sucking down nasal spray, out with one of our clients who is a buy and hold investor. She has a property, she's selling it for $475, and then we're taking that property, we're going to leverage because of where the market is right now. There's no inflation. So this is a great time to leverage. She's going to take that money, she's going to roll that money on a 1031 exchange, and she's going to leverage 50% more. So now it went from, let's just, average it out, a $400,000 deal, now it's an $800,000 deal. She's going to be able to go from making $1,200 a month to just under $10,000 a month for the same amount of money, and that's net profit. That's fantastic. That's the whole point. Investors are always trying to find unique ways of maximizing their cash. In San Diego, now it's different in a lot of states. The reason why it's so high, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's like sticker shock if you're a renter. They're raising the rents how much? Well, in San Diego, we had a 16 to 18% increase in rents. That's why I tell people, look, that there are homes out there. You need to talk to a good lender. And if possible, if you have even garbage credit, you can buy a house, buy a condo, buy anything, buy a mobile home, if you're able to. And maybe I'll talk more about some of those things in the future. But I'm telling you, for right now, if you're renting in this market, I'm going to give you a little insight. It's going to happen again next year. If you're renting right now and your lease is up next year, you're going to get the rents raised. Why? The market will bear it. And these people, yes, you're doing a great job and you're taking care of their property. And there are some landlords that will appreciate that. And the reason why, it depends on how they're looking to make their money. Some landlords just want to cover their mortgage. They are banking on the appreciation, or they're going to move back to the house when they retire. And we actually have a couple clients like that. Look, I want to buy the house now. This just happened recently. I'm buying a house now in this area because I could buy it cheap enough with a cheap enough interest rate, because I'm retiring in 5 years, so I want to rent it out for 5 years, and then I'm going to move into that house, and that's my retirement home. And that's fantastic. But if it's an investor, they're going to rent it for as much as the market would bear. If they're looking for cash flow. If they're an investor and they're looking at appreciation, it may make better sense to have somebody that will maintain it, because they know they're going to look to offload the property in 1 to 2 years for $100,000 to $200,000 appreciation value and make that money and then roll it into something else. It just depends on the type of investor. For a cash flow investor, it makes better sense for them sometimes to say, you know what, the market will bear it, this is where rents are, and could they get somebody that's not as good as you? Yes, they could. That's a risk that they run. Why would they want to risk it? Cash flow. It's more money. That's why they're in this. For a lot of people, a lot of clients that we have, that's their income. That's their income. Cash flow is what pays them every month. Cash flow is what feeds them. Cash flow is what takes care of their lifestyle. So you're basically asking them to not take care of their grandkids or their kids or not feed themselves or have a better lifestyle just because you aren't happy. That's their investment. It's not yours. And I know that maybe sounds mean and cold-blooded, but that's the truth. And at the end of the day, it's no different. It's a free market. If you don't like the cost of, like, look at these goofy things. I love them. Beats headphones, okay? I live and die by these things. They're usually, you've probably seen me on a couple episodes. I have them on me. I live and die by these things. Do I really have to spend this kind of money? You know how much these things are? It's just so, it makes me nauseous to think how much, because I can pick up a pair of these probably for $20 that are not Beats. And are they any better? I mean, if you watch the stuff online, they aren't. But you know, I bought them and I love them, and and the reason why they keep selling them for what they do, and the reason why they keep jacking up the prices, is because we keep buying them. Period. We keep buying them. I keep buying them. Other people keep buying Beats headphones, just like the iPhone. Oh well, the iPhone's garbage. You hear it every time they come up with a new version. I'm sitting here. I messed them up. I broke my Beats headphones. Oh, the iPhone, it's garbage. They only like made the camera like 2 more pixels better. Blah 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 blah. Sure enough, they ended up getting a new iPhone. So whose fault is it? It's consumers' fault. If you don't like it, stop consuming it. If you do like it, keep consuming it. When they raise the prices, it just kind of is what it is. So if they're a buy and hold investor and they're looking for cash flow, unfortunately, because of where the market is, they're going to keep increasing rents. You have to understand, when the market crashes, those rents crash with it. They're going to take a nosedive as well. That's how it works. That's how this real estate thing is set up. So what I would say, how to protect yourself. You can do, there are, this, and I said I would get to the other one. There are a lot of laws that are to your benefit as a person that's leasing. In fact, if you're in the state of California, tenancy laws are in your favor. They're not into the owner's favor. In other states, that's not the case. You go to Texas, they don't care about you. They care about the person that owns the property. They're the owner. But in California, tenancy laws are in the tenant's favor. So there are certain things that need to be done by the landlord in order to let you know that the rent increase is coming and to basically give you a pay or quit kind of situation. Another option is, if you want to hedge your bets on something like that, when they come to you and say, well, we want to do a year lease, say, you know what, I want to do a 5-year lease. If you know you're not going anywhere for a while, lock in the rate. Maybe even lock in your minimal increases. Say, you know what, I'll do a 5-year lease. This is negotiating, folks. I'll do a 5-year lease with an increase of 3%, 6%, 8% every year, whatever you two agree upon. Now keep in mind, you could lose. The market could crash. A lot of people are speculating we got maybe a 1 or 2 year run until the market takes a dump again. So you could lose, or you could win. You could win. It could continue to go up 16% every year, and you're only going up 3 to 8% every year. Win for you. And they can't force you out just because they want to increase the rents, because tenancy laws are going to be in your favor. So I hope that answers your question. I'm going to make sure that I tag you on it. I got a whole bunch of questions in this week, but again, I've been sick, so I'm going to make sure I follow up with a lot of these questions. I'll mix them in some other things. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. Ask away. You can PM me. You can message right below in the link here on Facebook. You can message me on YouTube, because I post these on YouTube as well. And just ask away. Please, as always, like, share, comment. I know a lot of people are really loving what I'm putting out here, but I always want to make sure that we're getting out to other people if it can help them. So like, share, comment on the information, and continue to look out for the Real Estate Blitz. There's a lot of great things that are coming. We're going to be standing up a podcast along with a lot of other content-based information, and I'm going to be bringing in a lot of really cool people here over the next couple months that should just be able to blow out your information. If you're a real estate agent, if you're an investor, or if you're just the average Joe like this guy that wrote me and asked this question, and you just want to know, what's right, what's wrong, what can I do, what can't you do. Hey, check us out. Appreciate you. As always, KSA Kris here, Real Estate Blitz. Have a good one.